What's going on, everybody? This is Travis from Candid at the Movies, and today I will be reviewing the brand new released film, Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho stars Thomasin McKenzie, Matt Smith, Anya Taylor-Joy, Terrence Stamp, and a whole list of other great actors in this film. It's written and directed by Edgar Wright, so if you've seen movies like Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, it's so many movies he's done that are classics. And this is a different turn. It's more of like a murder mystery horror film, but it doesn't have too much horror. It's more so murder mystery than anything. Now, Thomasin McKenzie's character, she is a young girl getting ready to go off to the Fashion Institute in London, and somehow she gets turned back into the 1960s through this one girl, and she's basically reliving the 60s, seeing how this girl lived, and then she starts to see how some crazy murderous things starts happening, and she wants to figure out why it happened. Now, as you can see from when I first watched the trailer a couple of months ago, I was already instantly intrigued with this movie because the look was different. It didn't look like your run-of-the-mill horror movie or going back in time. It looked like it was its own experience, and I can say that it lived up to that factor. The cinematography was beautiful in this movie. The great transition of red to blue was awesome. The look of the 1960s, they're probably going to win awards for just pulling off these looks because everything looked awesome. Just the influence of all of the characters in that time frame, how the music was just playing great the whole movie. It was just awesome to look at. The performances were really good. Thomasin McKenzie really played off the innocent girl that was influenced by her mom and grandmother a lot. She played that off to a T. Anya Taylor-Joy is continuing her streak of very good films and like Netflix shows like Queen's Gambit. She's on a roll. I think she's going to be a bigger star than what we actually think she's going to be. Matt Smith, for his limited role, he did really awesome. I liked how he became really charming and then menacing all at the same time, which was a great feat to pull off. The only fault I will give this movie is that once you get to the third act, it's a little predictable / hokey. You'll be sitting back like, okay, I understand, but how did this happen? You know, after you watch it, you'll just start thinking about stuff, and you're just like, wait a minute, this part doesn't make sense, or how is this working? That kind of deters the movie a little bit, but it overall ends very well. Like, it ends good for this story. I don't think it's going to set up a sequel or nothing like that, but I think for the way it ended, it makes you have more questions than you should have. To be honest, you shouldn't have these questions at the end, but you had them. That's my real fault for the movie. I feel that outside of that ending, this is probably one of the better films this year, but I don't hear too many people talk about it. The showing I went to, there was a decent enough crowd, but I thought it was going to be more people, but I guess everybody's still on their Halloween Kills hit. I don't know why y'all still watch that movie or give that movie money. Don't do it. Please don't. This is a movie you should really go see. I would say go to the theaters and see it because it's a better experience. I wouldn't wait for streaming because unless you have no choice to wait for streaming, it's going to be cool. But watching the tricks that they pulled off in this movie with just the lighting, the mirroring of one person being here, then the other person being in the spot but behind the mirror, little stuff like that was really cool to see on a big screen. Like, there's a lot of great story into this. Even like the minor characters, they did their jobs very well. You even feel bad for one character in the scene where you're just like, yes, they're finally getting this chance. And then something bad starts happening. You're like, no. You know, little moments like that, it pulls you in. It's worth it. And my final grade for this movie, it's been tough. Like, I wanted to give it real high, but I didn't want to make it look bad. So I'm gonna give this movie a strong B+. I feel this is probably gonna be one of the better movies this year that probably nobody's gonna talk about. I think it's probably the best. I know it's gonna get some awards for probably costume design and cinematography. I would like for these women to get an award because they both did a great job. And more than anything, I would like for Edgar Wright to get an award for his directing. He did a great job. If he doesn't get one for directing, at least the writing, the story was good. But are you going to check out Last Night in Soho, or are you going to wait till it comes on streaming? Comment below, let me know. Let me know if this is something you checked out this Halloween weekend. By all means, I'm Travis from Canada at the Movies. Have a good one.